Hey everyone, welcome back to the Yossi Schmidt show. So, I would like to discuss a certain person, James Baker. Who's this James Baker? James Baker used to work for the FBI as general counsel. He was heavily involved in the Russia Trump collusion hoax, in the Russia case, siding with people and colluding things, making things up. So much so that he was forced to testify in the Sussman case earlier this year, about April. He is heavily biased against President Trump. After the Russiagate, he left. He left at the FBI. Fired, left, whatever. Goes ahead, gets a new job, falls off the map of the earth, the face of the earth. What's the new job? His new job was working at Twitter as general counsel. In 2020, leading up to the election, there was a story about the Hunter Biden laptop. I think you all know what I'm talking about. The Twitter files that were just released this week show that James Baker played a big role in censoring that story, making up things, saying that free speech isn't absolute. Everyone, the story doesn't end there. Elon Musk buys Twitter. Elon Musk says that he's going to release the Twitter files. He hands the Twitter files or access to the Twitter files over to Barry Weiss and Matt Taibbi to have and go through and put everything out there. What happens? Matt Taibbi is a little late on Friday in releasing the Twitter files. People lost over it. Second uh, drop of the Twitter files was supposed to happen on Sunday, a week ago. What happened? Never came. Elon tweets out cryptically that something was supposed to happen and something happened. We can't talk about it. We might need a day or two. On Tuesday, last week, Elon Musk dropped what I think the biggest bomb of all was. Even bigger than the Twitter files itself. Why wasn't the second drop of the Twitter files released? Because the general counsel at Twitter, a certain person by the name of James Baker, was vetting what was going to Matt Taibbi and Barry Weiss. In the Twitter files that dropped on Friday, there was no mention of the fact that the FBI met with Twitter and told them to take down the Hunter Biden laptop story. People looked at it like it was interesting because Roth, the former head of trust and safety at Twitter, said straight out that he met with the FBI. Why was it not in the Twitter files? Now, this is pure speculation, but I think a lot of people came to the same conclusion as me that James Baker probably removed it from the Twitter files. James Baker is going through the Twitter files and not letting things go to the public. He was exited from the company, in Elon's words, which means he was fired. The question is, in April, before Elon bought Twitter, Mike Cernovich tweeted that James Baker worked there at Twitter. And Elon says, sounds bad. Elon knew that James Baker worked at Twitter. Why didn't he fire him? So some people could say he didn't realize that he still worked. Things I don't know. But other people are going to say, I heard Dan Bongino say this. Maybe he was trying to set him up. Because now he's going to fire him. So you end up going to court. And when it goes to court, everything's going to come out. Everything that this James Baker tried to hide is going to come out. We can speculate from today till tomorrow what it was. However, James Baker probably deleted files and kept them away from the public because he didn't realize what the First Amendment. He didn't want the public to know that the government is violating the First Amendment. Let's go into the First Amendment for a second. People always say, Yossi, you are fighting censorship. Why are you fighting suspensions on Twitter? Twitter's a private company. Yes, Twitter's a private company, and even more so now under Elon, who took it private. But if the government goes ahead and the government tells people to censor people, which the FBI met with Yo Roth, the Biden campaign met with Vijaya God, whatever her name is. Sorry, I don't mean to mispronounce it. When government meets with Twitter and tells them to take it down, it's no longer a private act. It's now an act of the government. When Kamala Harris tweeted out to Jack Dorsey to suspend Donald Trump, that wasn't Twitter acting on their own. That was Twitter acting on behalf of the government. The First Amendment does not allow the government to shut down speech. The First Amendment is freedom of speech. Everyone, this is what it boils down to. The government is trying to cover up their own backs. They're trying to cover for themselves. You know what James Baker explodes by getting caught? The government is trying to come for the First Amendment. The First Amendment is absolute, James. The Supreme Court ruled that there's no such thing as hate speech. That's being banned by the First Amendment. If people want to ban hate speech, then say, yes, I'm not a free speech absolutist. The First Amendment is absolute, James. And as someone who was hired to be general counsel at Twitter, you should have known that. You should have known that. You know law. So stop covering for people, admit where you go wrong, and maybe you could get a lighter punishment. Maybe. Okay. Everyone, keep on fighting for the First Amendment. Keep on fighting for free speech. Because when they take away the speech, they can come for the rest of the Constitution. The Constitution is the way of America. If our elected officials don't appreciate the way the Constitution is running, you can move out of America. If our elected officials swear to uphold the Constitution, they have to swear to uphold the Constitution. They have to actually uphold, not tear it apart piece by piece. Like I was saying, every podcast, I record the podcast on Thursday before Monday. Today, I came across Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff, as far as anyone knows, unfortunately, does work for the government. He is a member of the government. He's a sitting congressman. He's demanding, in a tweet that I saw today, that that the government takes action on Twitter not censoring hate speech. That is a violation of the First Amendment. He needs to be removed from office. I cannot stress this enough. The First Amendment is absolute. You want to argue with me, look it up, and then you can argue with me. Stay true to the First Amendment, everyone. And the rest of the Constitution is not safe, but it can be saved. You lose the First Amendment, everything's gone. Everything is gone. You can't talk, everything is gone. You can't practice your religion, everything is gone. Quick update, Truth Social Review should be out by Monday. I have I will tweet it out as soon as it's out, and I have rated them. Truth Social, I apologize for the review, but you have a little work to do, or a lot of work to do, with your moderation, with your transparency, and your engagement that I hear so much good things about. Truth Social, I'm willing to have you answer questions that I have. Reach out to me. My email's on the bottom of the review. Thank you very much. Everyone, remember, Human Supporter will be as transparent as possible as long as I'm in charge. And also, quickly, before I end this podcast, Human Supporter is looking to change our name. I'm hoping to do it either before or on Human Supporter's 4th birthday. Actually, 5th birthday. It's time to fight for the Constitution. It's time to hold everyone accountable. We can save America. I'll see you next week.